Yeah, so today we'll start first with fur. Fur, I'll teach you by two techniques. Like denim, I told you three techniques. So we'll start today by fur, then we'll do sequins, lace, net, everything we'll do today. The broken lines and smudging with the skin rendering pencil. And I'm using a dark brown. This is like a very dark one, close to black, but it's not black. So I'm using these three colors today to do a brown color fur. And one more thing you need to keep in mind when we do fur is always remember the direction of the hair in which the fur is going. Sometimes the fur is very shiny and soft one, long, जिसमें long hair होते हैं fur में. So you need to keep in mind fur is what type of fur it is. It is a short hair fur, it's a long hair fur, so accordingly, you have to give these strokes. Second thing you have to keep in mind is fur is humongous. Like it's huge when you wear fur jackets or capes. It gives a lot of volume in your body. So whenever you are drawing something that is fur, draw it big so that it doesn't look weird and it should look nice like fur, because you must have seen fur jackets or capes which are huge. So just like don't draw very skinny structure for fur, draw it big enough so that there is room to give the texture of fur. If you are drawing just a very small hand or a very small torso part, then it won't look like fur, because then you it's like observation. On observing someone wearing fur, you see that that clothing piece is big. Like I'll show you what I did. Like in this one also, you should see that it is not very skinny, the top or the sweater or whatever. I have drawn it big. The sleeve, you can see I have drawn the sleeve also very big. It's not very skinny. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that draw the structure big. And second thing is, again, whenever in any texture or any rendering, remember the highlights and shadows, because with that only you give the 3D effect. So like in skin rendering, or also I told you that the corners and the hidden parts are more dark. Like you can see right now, this part of mine is dark because of hair and the under chin area. So all these things you have to keep in mind. Same thing you have to do in fur. Fur also has highlight and shadow in it. You see when the fur is lustrous or shiny smooth fur, it has shine on the top part. Like suppose if I'm wearing this sleeve of fur, so these outline areas, the part which is forming the silhouette, this will be dark, these lines will be dark, this will be. So what I was telling you is, whenever you are doing anything that is fine like hair strands, so in fur also you have to do with a fine tip pencil. um Faber Castell set I haven't seen, so I don't know which color you can use, but something like I am sure there must be some skin color pencil in that set also. And if not, you can buy separate skin tint pencil. You can ask for Kohinoor flesh tint pencil. That separately you can buy from any stationery, good stationery where you get these artistic stuff. So if you don't have any skin rendering pencil in your set, you can buy it separately and then do. And yeah, one more thing I was telling you is giving the highlights and strands should be fine with properly sharpened pencil. And remember the movement of the fur. That is small. There are fur which falls completely straight. There are fur which do not fall straight. They are very pointy, like the spikes on porcupine is spread all over. There is fur like that also. So just keep in mind how the fur is stitched or what type of fur it is. So just remember the movement in which the fur is going. I'm telling you this for if you have any particular fabric in your hand which you have to use in designing. So just observe it and draw accordingly. Or maybe if you are seeing some picture and then doing your own illustration referring to that picture, then just observe that. So this is for that. Now we'll do. So first you have to give a clean base, just a plain base color for doing fur. So you can either do it with a Staedtler, give a plain base, or do it with a watercolor to give it a base. So right now I'm doing it with a Staedtler. I'll show you. And now my pencil was not proper, so the rendering is not very neat. What I'll do is I'll give it a watercolor effect now. Now just let it dry for some time until it becomes properly dry. Till then, I take out some gouache, or what you call it as these tube colors. I'll take out one of the shade and tell you how to do the other technique. For this technique, what you have to do is take a dry brush, flat brush, and just I've taken this blue color. You can take the poster color also if you don't have these type of colors. And just don't mix any water, don't wet your brush, just use the color and brush directly. So this is technique 1, and now I am showing you technique 2. Remove excess color over here only. And for before putting the brush on your illustration, just test it once somewhere else on rough paper, like, so that the extra colors come out. So just very light handedly give such strokes. And just dabbing it over here so that the extra color comes off, because we want to see these texture of the hair of brush. And whenever you're drawing something of fur, you don't have to be confined in that particular area, because fur moves out of the silhouette. You see some strands outside the silhouette. So it's fine if you go outside. So now let that one dry. We'll come back to technique one. Here we gave a proper base. And now I'll just sharpen this dark brown color pencil, because now we have to give the straight strokes. This line also, even this line. So that's what I was telling. Even in this sleeve, what I did was the same thing. You can see I have gone outside the edges everywhere, because that's how fur looks. It is not confined in a particular area. And now what we'll do is, with a dark brown color, I'll do the shadow parts. So just I'll be back sharpening this one also. So now what we'll do here is we'll do the same thing. We'll give the dark areas with the dark brown color. And like if you're doing it on a silhouette, then on the edges with a black pen or a black Staedtler, just at few places you will give this type of strokes, broken strokes, very small little at few places only. So here, one second, I'm just sharpening white charcoal also. And you can use at few places white charcoal if it's, or as white pen you can use rather, because white charcoal is not seen here. This is very light. In this blue one you can see white charcoal. Mm, Second, get my black color. Yeah, so with black Stedler, at few places you can just give detail like this on the edges. You can see I'm not doing it regularly all over. I'm just doing it at few places only. That's it. We can see if white pen is working here. Oh, oh, the white pen was dirty. The tip had some color. This is just optional white, but even if you do it just the black outlining or the details with black, that much is also fine. White you use only when it is supposed to be very shiny. Only white is used only at places where you have to show that there is a lot of shine in that fur. And now in this one, I'll use a blue color Stedler, which is darker than this. So just try it somewhere, the Stedler, before using it on the main area, that this blue goes with the other blue or not. So sorry, I'll have to sharp this also. Same thing you have to do here also. And maybe with a black, this one you can give the outlining. These two are the ways of doing fur. Let me just show you the yesterday what we did with denim. There was a sleeve of fur that was incomplete. This is an incomplete one. I just gave a base over here. So here also what you can do is, and here also you see, I have given a huge sleeve. Like according to her arm was thinner than this, but I gave extra area. My camera is on. And now we'll follow the same thing what we did for skin rendering. Like some places are dark. So this is a bit darker area. At the end, just like what we did here for the fray denim, do it for fur also. That's it. That's fur. If you see, there are few strokes that are missed. You can again redo on the top. Okay. Um, Now we'll do sequence. Just give me 1 minute. I'll change the area. Now we do sequence. For sequence, what you need is any color to give a plain base. It depends upon what type of fabric with sequence you are taking. Like suppose you are taking very sheer fabric with sequence, then go for lighter base, like doing it with Staedtler, like this, what we did, or do it with a watercolor. Or else, if you want it to be like a opaque fabric with sequence, then do it with poster colors or something like this. So I'll be doing by this, or you can, this will